Welcome to the demonstration of how to make the theatre scrub hat. I've cut out my pattern, and this is the pattern when it's been joined together. So you print off one page and this page, and then you have to stick them together to make this shape. And this is the most important mark on the paper. Here, this is your sew to mark, and remember that this end is on the fold. And this is the second part. Now, in the instructions, it doesn't say whether this has to be a single piece or a double piece. So I've made some of mine single and some of them double. So today we've got a double piece. So here are my pieces cut out, and I've pinned them around, and these two marks at the top are where I'm going to sew to. So if you'd like to come with me over to the sewing machine, I'll show you how to sew them up. Okay, so this is the mark where the mark is on the pattern. So I've marked it with a pin, but I'm not going to sew over my pin. So I'm going to sew about a 3/8 seam. I'm going to reverse there so that it doesn't come undone, and I'm just going to sew round. I'm not worried that some parts are a little bit bigger, it's just my cutting out skills. Down to the corner, turn around, take out the pin. Just making sure my edges are together. Pin wants to come out already. Oh, I went a bit far there, so I'm going to go back a bit. And I'm only going to sew to that pin. Remember, that's our mark on the pattern. And take out the pin, do a reverse. And I'm going to trim it. I'm going to clip the ears of these corners. And while I'm at the sewing machine, I'm going to sew the two ends of this cap. So I'm just going to straighten that little piece up there. Don't like dog ears. So all I'm going to do is fold over a 1/4 inch seam. Then I'm going to fold it over again, and this time I'll back tack. And that bit's ready now. Doesn't need anything else doing to it for the moment. So if you come with me over to the ironing station, I'm now going to turn this piece through. Now I'm going to reach into this long part as far as I can. I'm gathering it up into my fingers, and then I'm going to push it through, and then I'm going to use my trusty chopstick. I'm going to poke it in and poke out the end. You see, it's not difficult. And then turn it around and do the same on the other side. Reaching in, pull through as much as I can. Poking it through, and there we are, that's it done. Now I'm going to press, and what I tend to do is I press that big seam first at the bottom. Obviously you all have your own ways of pressing, but this is what works for me. Just press along that line, then I open it out, put the top together, then I usually find that the rest works along pretty well when I do it that way. So there we are, that's the first part complete. Now people say to me, oh, what do you do next? And this is where I think the pattern's a little confusing. So while I'm at my iron, I can put the two ends together and find the centre of my cap and just give it a little press. And I know that's the centre mark now. I go back to my sewing machine. Now I can see where my centre crease is on the long piece, and what I've done is when I pressed, I also pressed a centre crease on the centre, the skull piece. And what I want is, I want the edge that is we've turned up on the outside, because that will then go to the inside. So I'm going to pin the pieces, the two creases together. It's a bit of a curve, but it's not a terrible curve, so if you want to, you can pin it together. I'm not much of a pinner, I have to tell you. I don't normally pin mine at all, but just to show you, I'm just going to put a few pins in to help you out on one side. Cut off that stray thread, I don't want him sitting in there. And now just bringing it down to the bottom, and it comes past where we've sewn. You can see that it's coming past that point, making sure that I've got the right side inside for the seam. And then I'm going to take that to the machine. And this is where you need to make it pretty secure, because this is where it's going to take the stress point. So I'll go over that a couple of times. Now I'm going to remove the pins. I'm just going to sew around now. Don't sew over your pins, it doesn't do your needles or your machine any good. Trust me, I know. Coming up to the top point now. This is the tightest part, so you just have to be patient. Now I'm going to show you how I do it on the without using it at all. I just bring the cap in and just feed it in. I'm just feeding the top fabric onto the bottom fabric. It's a very gentle curve, so there's not too much trouble doing it. And then as you come out of the crown part, it's very, very easy. You just come down past where you've sewn that seam, and then you do the reverse stitch. And then just to finish the hat off, we're going to do a zigzag seam, a zigzag overcast just on the outside of that seam. That's better. I have my lovely Epix machine, it's sitting over in the corner there, but I've got an embroidery on it, so I've had to resort to my old Bernina. Could do my stitches a little bit closer together. Don't want it to be too far apart. That's better. This is just to prevent the fabric from fraying when they wash it. And that's our hat complete. I'm so grateful to the NHS staff for all that they're doing for us now. So I think anything that we can do for them is a good thing. So thank you to the people who produced the pattern. It wasn't mine. And there's the hat now. And if you want to see what it looks like on, there we go. Not bad fit. So thank you for watching with me, and I hope you enjoy making the hats.